So Denver fans will be mad at this, and I think Denver clearly had the better coaching staff, the better defensive personnel, and the better game plan. But a lot of that yesterday was Carolina shrunk. Okay, 12 penalties. Denver didn't create all of those. A butchered field goal, a butchered special teams return, several drop passes, dumb personal fouls, death by 1,000 mistakes. You know, a lot of that was Denver. Denver got to Cam Newton 7 times. Denver, Wade Phillips, defensive coordinator for the Broncos, will be joining us later. A guy I've been very critical of. Don't get me wrong. Denver's defense is, and we said this last week, it's all-time good. They don't have a weakness. The linebackers are great. The safety's a veteran. The corners are the best in the league. Multiple pass rushers. You know, I said last week, I said it was going to be a very, very competitive football game. This was not going to be 38-3. Denver's defense is unbelievable. But a lot of this, it was Carolina not ready. It was Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas. In the 6th round, Mike Tyson had a swollen eye, and his corner didn't have a cold press. They used a water balloon. They weren't ready as a boxing unit. Listen, you got to be ready. When you watched that game yesterday, Denver came out with 6 or 7 scripted offensive plays. And then in the second half, Denver came out with 6 or 7 scripted plays. When you're a fan watching the game and you can tell there's a purpose, that's coaching. The Patriots never look haphazard. Bill Walsh's 49ers never looked like they were just making stuff up. Denver opened that game with safe passes, little bootleg action to make Peyton Manning feel comfortable, get his feet under him, even for Peyton Manning, a veteran, 20 years in the league. But the coaching staff's like, listen, he's a little less mobile. Let's get him some confidence. Let's go safe routes, easy stuff to complete. You could see it. Carolina's offensive game plan, down the field throws against the best defense in pass rush you will face for the next 10 years. You couldn't see any game plan for Carolina. This is not to say that Denver didn't deserve to win. But if you go look at the matchup, first downs, Carolina had twice as many. Passing first downs, Carolina. Rushing first downs, Carolina. Time of possession, Carolina. Yards per rush, Carolina. Yards per pass, Carolina. Yards per play, Carolina. Some of this is on Carolina couldn't get out of their own way. Don't give Denver credit for the butchered field goal and the 12 penalties and the jumping off sides and the drop passes. I mean, give Denver credit for the 7 sacks. They deserve all that credit. But 18 of Denver's 24 points, 18 of 24 came from a defensive touchdown or a drive that began in Carolina's side of the 50. They didn't even have to drive down the field. Peyton Manning, 13 for 23 and a pick, had one good drive. Credit the coaching staff on that. You could see what Denver was trying to do in that game. That's good coaching. You could see that Wade Phillips defensively said, I'm not going to let them run. You could see, okay, you beat me over the top, but I'm going to put 6 in the box. I'm not letting you run. I don't know what Carolina was doing. Sometimes they blitzed, sometimes they didn't.